Question, Jim.
Mm-hmm.
You smoke, right?
Yeah.
Were you smoking when you said you better than Nas?
I might have been a little bit. Well, as far as let's get this right. I'm way more influential than Nas, and I don't care what nobody say. I know I made it. I know I made a little boo boo when we talk about the sales and all this type of shit. Like get into that rhetoric about where I started and where he
Well, you
started.
said that
But
bullshit.
listen, Nas was nice when I was in high school. When I was in 10th grade, Nas came out. Nas was dope. We appreciated him. He had a little bit of run. But Nas always came up second to Jay and DMX and all these other people. Like he
There ain't
never
no
had
shame
that.
in that. There's
He
a lot
never
of
had, he
came up
never had
second to
that
Tom
type of
Brady.
he never had that type of influence on us, except for his first album. I already told you. I used to want to dress like Nas because he had a lot of fresh clothes that the hustlers used to wear and shit. See him on TV. He had one of the illest albums of all time. And then in high school when he had the barbecue. So I'm a real fan of Nas, but he kind of lost me after the movie Belly and shit. Like I don't.
Man, go ahead on with that, Jim.
I'm trying to tell you, I'm being honest. You asked me, I'm being a fan. I'm telling you, the movie Belly was fire, but after that, he kind of lost me. I think we was way too much into the game. Remember how this goes? Let's not. You ever heard of a Kofi list?
Yeah.
Yo, go back into your history and find out what happened between us and him. You dig? And I'm not trying to repeat history, but don't play with us when it comes to that, bro. We already went wild on them boys. You heard? We the ones that went wild on them boys. You heard?
Hey, Jim.
Yo, and people out here acting like I said I'm gonna bring the Kofi list back. I just told you I'm a changed man. Stephen Law, can you dig?
Nah, look, I'm put it to you like this, here, Jim. Hey, bro, you been at this thing, but lyrically, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you.
Yeah,
Y'all
but look
ain't
how
effing
you
with
dress.
Nas.
Look how you dress. You don't even be in the same places I be in. And the
But
things that we listen to
I
me,
can
the
be in the
thing-
church
the
house.
thing-
You can't
the
F with
thing-
Nas
the things
lyrically.
that we the
I don't know
things
who
that
told you that. Now look, I know you on that
things
good
that we
stuff,
listen to
but
and
you
the
not
things that
seeing
you listen
Nas.
to. Bro,
You
it's a
not
bunch
seeing
of
Nas,
you
bro.
got a bunch of
Let's be
40 and
real.
50. You got a bunch of 40 and 50-year-olds in their panties because I said I'm better
It
than
don't
Nas.
matter.
Look at you. Look at you. Ain't all in your
Ain't nobody from
feelings.
Dipset gonna take
Shannon,
you
that
over
shirt,
Nas.
that
Nobody
shirt
from the
too,
Diplomats
that
but
shirt,
you.
that
Hey,
shirt
I
too
got a
tight.
question. Hold on,
You
Jim.
can't
That
F
Hold
shirt
with
on.
too tight.
Nas.
That shirt too
Hold on,
Let's
hold
be
on,
tight.
hold on, hold
real.
on, hold on.
That
Jimmy,
shirt
Jimmy,
too
Jimmy.
tight. You want to go
Hold
back to
on.
I really mean it? I really mean it started. We could go back
No,
to
but I
the
just
history,
said
bro.
for you to even
Don't do
say
that,
that.
bro. Don't do that, bro. That
Hold on,
shirt
hold
too
You
on.
tight
said
for you to
it.
be sticking
I,
up for
I
Nas.
got I got a question. I got
Let
a
Nas stick
question.
up for himself and meet me in a booth for something if we want to do something historical.
He
Other than that, we
he
don't got
don't
to
Nas
talk
say he
about
don't
it.
do that no more. Nas say he
Right
don't do
there,
that.
because he got $100 million. He's a very wealthy
You are
man. You
capping.
heard?
That's
That's what you're
first
doing.
of all, bro.
You are
I'm about to be
capping. I'm a
50.
bigger Nas fan than you are. You are
Bro,
capping.
first of
And
all,
I still can tell you
I'm
he can't rap
57.
better than me
I
right
don't be
now.
singing no rap. I don't be
Hey,
singing no rap.
You see what I'm saying, Ocho? He don't even know
hey.
about rap. He just doing this for the views to get Jim Jones on there to get him hot. I understand. But you don't
Get
know
him
no
hot.
Nas lyrics. You don't
You
know
better
Nas
you better
lyrics.
check the
You don't
podcast
know
space.
no
Hey.
Nas lyrics.
Now you better
Sing
check.
16.
Hey, this
Sing
the
a
biggest
Nas record.
podcast you ever been
Name
on.
one Nas record.
Hey,
This
Just
the
sing what
biggest
Nas
podcast you
sang.
ever been on.
Hold
Do
on.
you
Hey,
know,
we
Name a
all.
do you know
podcast
a
you been
Nas
on bigger than
Hey.
song?
this one.
Hold on,
I'm
hold
not a
on. We off
I'm not
topic.
a
Hold on, hold.
podcaster.
No,
Jimmy,
no,
hold
no.
on,
This
hold
is
on,
what
hold
I
on.
this is what I
Hold on.
do.
Ocho.
You see
Name
you
a
you see you in your
podcast you been
feelings?
on
You see
bigger
you in
than
your
this one.
feelings? You see you
When
in your
you get
feelings?
big, you get
This is
invited to
what I
Club Shay Shay.
this is what I
Hey.
do.
Nas get invited to
You a
Club
part
Shay Shay.
you a podcast. I
Jada
don't
can
give
get
a
invited to
no
Club Shay
club
Shay.
Shay
You
Shay.
Hey,
not on that
yo.
level yet, bro.
Bro,
We
Slow
all
club
we
Shay
down.
off.
Shay is for
Temper.
little young white girls. Chill
Hello.
out.
We
Chill
off
out. Don't play
topic.
with me, bro. Chill
We
out.
off topic.
You dealing with the wrong one, bro.
Right here, bro.
I
You heard
don't
me?
care nothing about nothing that shit you got to say, bro. You might as well take me off this
Hello.
We here.
shit.
You can't out
Leave me
talk me.
alone, bro.
You might can out
Don't,
rap me, but you can't out talk me.
don't nobody want to go to Club Shay Shay. Nobody want to buy no VIP tickets. Nobody rushing to go to.
Biggest
You ain't got
podcast
nothing
you ever
lit
been
in
on.
Club Shay Shay.
Hey.
You
If
do
you
got a good
fortunate, you get
podcast.
an invite.
You do got
Ain't
a good
nobody listening to
podcast.
me?
The podcast is tremendous. You and Ocho do your thing. But don't get it twisted, bro. I don't care
Hey.
nothing about no podcast,
Hey,
bro.
we supposed to be talking about music and love and embracing one another and culture and
Nah,
having
we ain't gonna let
fun.
it come out here and disrespect Nas and Jada. That ain't gonna happen on here. Now, where were we?
Why
Let
you
me get
keep
in.
putting Jada into this? Why you keep putting Jada into this? What's wrong with you? What is wrong?
Yo, it's Big Ant the spokesman, man. We back. Yo, it's Big Ant the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in as old Jomo is back with the shenanigans once again. And this time he made an appearance on Nightcap with Shannon Sharpe and Chad Ochocinco. And I had a link in the description where you can watch that in full as they got turned up, as you seen right there. And to keep it 1,000, they most definitely brought Jim Jones on because of the controversy. So he was right about that. Now, this is a very lit, turned up show, this and Shannon Sharpe's other podcast that he got, Most Def. But to say that they didn't bring him on because he got all this nonsense in the media right now with these wild claims of him saying that he's better than Nas, and most definitely what he called the little boo-boo was not a little boo-boo, nigga. You sounded crazy when you said you had more numbers than Nas, you had more Billboard entries, and you talked about all these hits. When you know the internet is gonna dig this stuff up, Jim. Come on now. You know how this game go. You was a vet here now, nigga. You know they was gonna go pull this up. And to even compare your career to Nas's makes entirely no sense. I don't know why Jim Jones keep talking about the clothes and the influence of fashion, bro. Hip-hop ain't just about fashion. Is it a part of the culture? Yes. Everything that niggas do every day is a part of the culture. But every time we start talking about rap, you want to start talking about fashion and clothes, and then talking about the beef they had back in the day. Then talking about what he did after the movie Belly. Nigga, Belly, he came after that. That's when he dropped Ether. That's when he dropped the Stillmatic and everything. Nigga, Nas had plenty of work going on. Nas, let's keep it a band, nigga. It's young dudes that jam Nas to this day. It's certain households, certain parents who picked up and passed down Nas to their children to where it's dudes that's running around. I know the internet say one thing, and the loudest ones on shows and on podcasts are going to say they don't listen to Nas or they don't rock with Nas, and Nas ain't this or that. But it's a bunch of young people that listen to Nas, just like it's a bunch of young people that listen to Biggie, Pac, and everybody. They have timeless albums, timeless music, and they got classics. This is why Nas can tour the entire world. This is why Nas can sell out the Garden. If Nas wants to be relevant and go on a world tour, and he's gonna always be relevant, let's make that clear, because when you a legend and you have legendary work, it will never not be relevant. Whenever you want to put it in people's face, it's gonna be part of the conversation. Nas has some of the best songs made in hip hop. One of them, "If I Ruled the World," is undeniable. Well, everybody got their preference and their opinion. It's one of the top 10. But I'll say this right here. They most definitely capitalizing on the moment with Jim Jones, because he's trying to stand on it and turn into these other things. And what's crazy about Jim Jones here, bro, he know this stuff sound crazy, but he already jumped out there and said it, so he just weighing it. And like, hey, I done already jumped out there now. In the last couple of years, this nigga that went at Pusha T, even dropped the song to Pusha T. This nigga that went at Styles P. They talked about the debate, and I mean, it got into a debate where he said he'll beat Styles P in the verses. I actually want to see that. Set that up, Jim. We want to see you show all the stuff you popping and talking. Don't talk about no clothes. Don't talk about nothing else. And then now he's going at Nas. Jim, you got to stop it, bro. Like, go ahead and just cut it out. Finish this run off that you got right now and be done with it. Just keep it all the way 1,000, Nas. You know this stuff ain't making no sense what you saying. You keep trying to move the goalpost and make it make sense where it don't make sense. You want the plane to land where it ain't no landing strip. Like, come on, dog. What is you got going on? And I'm a Dipset nigga. Like, I grew up Dipset, everything. Nigga bought the Jim Jones albums and everything. Jim Jones showed H-Town love when he was here. Nigga, I went to the show. And he still performed when they ain't had the money right. Came out to show love to the people. Also had a situation where Jim Jones showed me love personally out here in the city one time. But I'm just saying, bro, Jim Jones, you wrong. Nigga, it is what it is, dog. You gotta go. But do what you do, Jim. Every time you go speak, everybody go eat. I had a link in the description where you can watch this in full in the beginning. And I'll say this too, man. I know Shannon Sharpe had to pop it on Jim because he tried to downplay the podcast. Shannon Sharpe, bro, you get people on that podcast that ain't super duper popular or the most famous. Yeah, you got a bar set. You got the people you want to interview. You ain't just bringing anybody on. But Jim Jones is worthy of an interview because he gonna give you what you want. That nonsense right there. It just is what it is. But tell me what y'all think. We got more coming. And then don't downplay Nightcap and say like, oh, like Shay says the big stage. Nah, nigga, Nightcap is lit too. It's the same audience. The other one might have a bigger audience at times, but come on, dog, don't do that. But tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos, all that. 1,000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot.